Hello everyone, it's your girl La Muchacha Morena, and I'm here in Mexico in a state called Coahuila, and I just thought that I would bring you some perspective from my point of view about Mexico and how things are really down here south of the border. Okay, so you can look me up, hit me up with emails, questions, suggestions, whatever you want to know. The thing about where I live in Mexico, now where I am, I like to say it's off the beaten path. It is not a touristic town, although people do come here for industrial purposes to work at very big name industries that we know in the United States. A lot of their factories are here. A lot of oil comes from here. That's a whole nother subject. I'll tell you about it later. However, I think the first video that I'm going to put up is just talking about the sounds of Mexico. When you're off the beaten path and you're not in a touristic-y town, you tend to hear things that you wouldn't normally hear if you're, say, at the beach. In the United States, if you hear someone like on an intercom, you're inside of your house and you hear this intercom just blaring with words and stuff. I think we tend to think like, is that the police? Is the police outside? What's going on out there? Okay, so that's where I was. I was thinking the first time I heard someone on a loudspeaker with unknown words that I didn't know. I'm doing really well in my Spanish, but I am learning every day. So like, I'm definitely not fluent. But I had no idea what they were saying. And I'll back up a second and say, you do need to be fluent to live here. You do need to speak the language. Oh, it is an absolute must in order to immerse yourself into the culture, to understand what's going on with the people, to really be involved and interact and participate in everything that's around you. You need to know the language. So I'm learning more of the language, and I am incorporating, more Spanish words into my vocabulary every single day. It's awesome. I'm loving it. But as I was saying, I digress, sorry. When I first heard all of this blah, 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 on the loudspeaker, I was like, what is going on? I was scared. I got up out of the bed, ran to the window. I was like, what's happening out there? What's happening out there? Are we supposed to come out with our hands up? What's going on? Well, it turns out it was just street vendors. And anyone from Mexico who's lived in Mexico knows about the street vendors. In the United States, I guess we would think of them as food trucks. But there's not a lot of food trucks for real here in this state anyway, or the next state. Because where I live, I'm about 3 minutes from the next state. The next state is Durango. So I live at the bottom of Coahuila. So it's easy for me to go see things in 2 different states, just like that, Anyway, I go out on a balcony and I see a food cycle. That's just what I'm gonna call it, because it's made like a bicycle, but there's a cart also made onto the front of it, and depending on whatever that vendor sells, I'm assuming they can get them custom made, because I've seen some that are like lavish for those who might sell things like sombreros and the little vestidos for celebrations. They'll have a top part where they can hang items there, much like you would see in a store. If for those who sell food, you would jars for their condiments and what have you. Mostly, I visit the stand that's normally like right in front of my house. So anyway, I heard this sound probably 2, 3, 4 times that day. Every single time, it scared me to pieces. Just scared me to death. Because literally, there are some who have their cars and they have a loudspeaker attached to the cars. And they may be saying anything about what they're selling. You might be hearing elotes, 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 elotes. And over and over, when I heard elotes, 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 I was like, I don't know what's going on. We need to come out of the house. Something bad is happening. There's a gordita guy. There's a tamale guy. The tamale guy, he normally is in his car, and he has a loudspeaker on the top of his car, megaphone, and it blares throughout the whole neighborhood. So I am actually now at this point quite used to who is coming through and what they're selling. I even know the sound. There's also a sound for I'm sure he has a name, but he's a knife sharpener, and it's this like whistle that he does when he comes through, and it goes, it's like really crazy. Anyway, first time I heard that one, I was scared to death. I was like, what is that noise? So then I discovered that it was the knife sharpener. Now, we don't have knife sharpeners in Estados Unidos who come around to our neighborhoods to sharpen knives. No, I thought it was pretty cool. You can just take out your knives out there. He has a little machine and sharpen your knives right on up and whatnot. It's pretty cool. So in the video, I think that I've attached is just like at night time, where you may hear. I think that the tripa guy was out there selling tripas, right? Tripas are intestines. Okay. Anyway, they're pretty good. They're pretty good, I guess. And he normally sets up out there in the front of my house at a certain time every like 9 o'clock. Everything comes to life here. 9 o'clock is the absolute time for everything. So the other guy is coming across as well, and he's selling gorditas and I want to say gorditas and elotes and something else that he sells on his cart. And so he started getting customers to his cart while the other customers are right there at the tripa man's cart. And I just thought it was funny because I was like, oh my God, he's infringing on his turf. Anyway, like I said, I've pretty much learned all of them now. Who sells what? The pond guy, when he comes around, I know his voice. I know the tamale guy, I know his voice. The gordita man, I know his voice. And the tripa guy, for some reason, the tripa guy doesn't make any sounds. And we told him, you need to have some music or something so people will know when you're out here, because he's not coming as regularly as he used to. So anyway, that's that for that. I'm trying to see what he had. Even though, honestly, I do love this street food, and I say if you come to Mexico, you absolutely do need to, oh, there's the pine guy. You actually do need, you need to, see, but I don't buy his pond because it's not covered, and I won't buy anything that's not covered. But I want to say, if you do come down, you absolutely do need to partake in street foods. Oh my God. I feel like no better way for you to enjoy the culture and understand it and see all the different varieties of food and ways people make their food and different things, ideas they come up with, how creative they are with these things, unless you go ahead and participate in those. However, you do need to speak with someone who knows the road rules and can tell you who has the best carts, what to stay away from. Basically, my suegra is like, you can't eat from there, you can't eat from there, you can't eat from there. Okay, you can eat over there, you can eat over there, and you can eat over there. So I do that. And whenever she's not really paying a lot of attention to me, I might eat anywhere. I mean, you shouldn't do it. Really, you shouldn't, because you could end up sick. You really could end up sick, because you don't know if people are using purified water, or if they're washing their lettuce, or just whatever. Who knows? And I'm aware right now of family members who recently got sick with what is it called? I forget, but in the United States, we would call it typhoid fever, and I think it's like I'm screwing that all up. I'm sorry, but anyway, it's called typhoid fever in the United States. It has a name that's something similar, but I don't want to mess it up. But it doesn't have fever on the end. Here, and you can get that from eating, unclean food and things like that, mostly probably from street vendors, and they've been here all their life. So I figured if they could get sick, I could too. So I have to be careful and watch out. So anyway, just look at a quick glance of what it looks like at night. It's like 2 vendors. I'm gonna show you later what the whole strip looks like when it's lit up with the different vendors here and there. It's awesome. I love this place. Viva Mexico. See you later. Check out my blog for more pics of my family and things that we do here. You'll see the link to that below as well. And if you like me, subscribe and comment, share, do whatever. All right, bye. Have a good day. Buenos dias.
And I already got my card out here. What's wrong with
También traemos gorditas de cuajada, véngase, que también traemos gorditas de cuajada, véngase, por aquí estamos.
He gonna come and infringe on his corner, honey. I don't care what he's selling. He's just gonna come take over his corner. He got a customer quick too.